Hello everyone, this is Lisa Andrus, Psychic Medium, and this is your weekly reading for the week of February 24th to March 2nd. And wow, it's almost March. This week, I don't know if you can see it that great, but this is Birkin Tor's Deck of Intuitive Answers, which I've used a time or two and I was feeling strongly guided to use this week. Now, I went with pre-drawing the cards again. I haven't looked at them yet. I figured it would save us some time, and it's to me almost a little more authentic because I'm not trying to run the camera and just going to the cards I feel. I mean, there are no wrong draws. When I have showed you guys that I've been doing it, those are still the cards we're supposed to get, but I'm starting to feel like this is what I should be doing. So, if you have anything to say about that one way or the other, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section. But here's the 3 cards that I have drawn intuitively for this week, and let's see what this week is going to bring for us, okay? This is your Monday, Tuesday card. Wow, prosperity. The first thing I'm hearing is that prosperity comes to us in every direction. They're showing me a picture of an affirmation I have that is a Louise Hay affirmation that I say sometimes. It's near my desk, and it says, "Everything I touch is a success. Prosperity flows to me from every direction." And they're saying that some of the positive thoughts that you've had and some of the positive actions you've taken are going in the right direction, and there's abundant prosperity on its way. Things are clearing up, spring is on its way, and prosperity is coming to us. And they're really saying this is mostly financial prosperity. All those thoughts and ideas that you've been working on or you've been impatient with, all of a sudden the prosperity is coming. Even if you don't see evidence of it at this moment, have faith that it's on its way. Okay, this is the middle of the week card, and it's acceptance. And right away, I'm hearing the Serenity Prayer, which is, God grant me to accept the things I cannot change the things I can accept, and the wisdom to know the difference. And right now, there's a level of acceptance that we have to have, either about a current situation that we have to change it, or maybe we'll be accepting somebody new into our life, is what I've heard. I actually am feeling like this has something to do with love and accepting love from other people, and for some of you it actually could mean a love relationship, and for some of you still it is acceptance of our gifts that we are a medium or a psychic or an intuitive. I wrote about it in my book Gifted, but for a long time I tried to deny it, even when other people told me I was a medium, even when my grandmother told me, "You're a medium and you have to use this to help others." And I said, how could it help others? And I wasn't accepting it. I thought it was a curse and not a blessing. And so maybe it's opening your arms to accept something that you've been trying to deny for a long time. Maybe it's, again, I get that it's love, accepting you're in love, accepting that you're out of love, accepting that an old job doesn't work for you anymore, accepting that you do want to move on, or you do want to move to a new house, or whatever that might be. It's acceptance. And to me, because it's near the prosperity card, it also says to me, open your arms to accept the prosperity that's on its way to you. Okay? And this is our card for the weekend. And it's communication. Now, interestingly, as the weekend comes, I believe Mercury retrograde Mercury, I think, will be going direct here at the end of the week. And Mercury is a planet that rules communication, and in February here, for most of the month, it has been moving backwards. And so some of our lines of communication have been crossed, and now is an opportunity to really, come together and communicate. Keep your lines of communication open. And again, I'm hearing this has to do with a relationship, like a romantic relationship that maybe you're in one and you're frustrated with it, and communication is the key. Or communicating your wants or needs in a relationship. And if it's not a love relationship, it may be a business relationship or something else. And for some of you, this means either verbal or written communication. Some of you out there are authors. I would encourage you to check out my website, www.lisaandrus.com. I have a blog tab, and on that blog tab there are at least 4 blogs that say for authors that talk all about my writing and self-publishing process. And some of you are authors, and you've either thought of writing a book, you've been frustrated with it, you don't know what to write about, and I encourage you to check out those blogs because it kind of covers the gambit. Some of you have some experiences that you're trying to heal from, and the best way to heal is to write or speak about it. And so maybe you want to think about writing your experiences down, whether or not you publish them. But I feel that there are some natural communicators out there. And then they're showing me and tying me back to the prosperity card there that, maybe the block that we've received to prosperity has to do with that positive communication, with the accepting of our gifts, with accepting perhaps that we're an author. And it all works together, and it's all clearly coming together, but you have to take a step in the right direction if you haven't already. And if you've been working hard on a book and you are frustrated because it's not done, it took me a year to put my book Gifted together, and it was just a little bit at a time. I had so much going on in my life, I didn't have tons of time to write. And when I was finally done, then my guides, I guess they told me, or I felt guided to wait a couple of months until I had one last class that I was going to go to with John Holland. And so then it's like, are you kidding? I'm almost done with this, and now I have to wait 2 months. And I wanted to get it out there because I felt that people needed it. Then when it was done, the best feeling is seeing your book in your hands. And I think all of those random things that I put into a Word document ended up in a book. Wow. And so I just feel that some of you need to hear that, because when I started Gifted, I just wrote about a few subjects as I felt guided to. I didn't know if it would help anybody, but I knew I had a dream that basically told me to write it, and I hoped it would all make a book. You don't have to go and start a book with chapter 1, especially if you're writing nonfiction. I also write fiction now too, and I kind of, write my first draft, and then I might change it around. I might switch some of the chapters around. I might add a chapter. In this last manuscript that I'm doing for a fiction book, I took out the entire first chapter because I felt it wasn't necessary. And so if I'm bored with it and I don't feel that it's necessary, who else is going to enjoy it? But that's just an example for that. Even if you set out to write from chapter 1 into the end, sometimes it changes. Then again, at the back of the book, I felt something wasn't right, so I kind of took part of it out and rebuilt it, so to speak, and listened to my intuition and knew if it took a little bit longer it would be worth it, because I want to put out a quality product. So I'm just telling you that for those of you that are authors, because they don't turn out perfect from the get-go. It's a process. And then, now I've sent it to editing, my books to editing, and my editors help me with saying this might work, or this might work better, or, if you aren't the best speller, if you don't feel like you're the best with grammar, if you don't know, this or that about the written word, you still are qualified. They have editors to help you with some of the logistics and the details, okay? So I'm thinking there are a lot of you that are listening to this that are thinking about becoming an author in some way, or already writing a book now, and you need to know that you're on the right path. But what a great week this is looking to be. It looks like there's a prosperous future ahead of us. So I hope that you have a great week, you guys, and I'll see you again next week.